The snow falls heavy over the village of Saint-Étienne, northern France. It is January 1944. The sound of artillery rumbles in the distance, low and constant, like the breathing of some great animal buried beneath the earth. The hospital is a skeleton. Half the roof is gone. The windows are shattered. The walls are black with soot and ash from fires that burned weeks ago when the Luftwaffe made its last pass over the village. Inside, the air smells of iodine, gangrene, and cold stone. There is no heat. The boiler has been dead since Christmas. The patients shiver under thin blankets that smell of mildew and blood. Nurse Margaret Caldwell moves between the beds with her hands red and raw from the cold. She is 32 years old. Her uniform is stained with things she does not want to remember. Her hair is pinned tight under a cap that has seen better days. The fabric is frayed at the edges. There's a small tear near the brim. She does not smile anymore. None of them do. The war has taken that from them. It has taken laughter. It has taken hope. It has taken the ability to look at a young man without seeing a corpse. She kneels beside a British corporal who is coughing blood into a rag. His name is William Hartley. He is 19 years old. He has brown eyes and a scar on his chin from a childhood fall. He asks her if his mother will be proud. His voice is weak. His lips are pale. She tells him yes. She tells him his mother will be very proud. She tells him he is a hero. He smiles. It is a small smile, a boy's smile. Then he dies. His hand goes limp in hers. His chest stops moving. The rattle in his throat fades to silence. She closes his eyes with her thumb and forefinger. She pulls the blanket over his face. She stands. Her knees crack. She is too young to feel this old. But the war does not care about age. She moves to the next bed. There is always a next bed. Outside, the wind howls. The snow does not stop. It has been snowing for 3 days. The roads are impassable. The supply trucks cannot get through. They are running out of morphine. They are running out of bandages. They are running out of time. The village is a ghost. Most of the civilians fled months ago when the shelling started. The ones who remain are the old, the stubborn, and the dead. The church bell has not rung since October. The bakery is a pile of rubble. The school is a field hospital now, but it is worse than this one. No roof at all, just tarps and canvas and prayers. Margaret has not been outside in 2 days. There is no reason to go. Everything she needs is here. The dying, the wounded, the work. At 0200 hours, she hears a sound, a scraping, metal on stone. She freezes. The other nurses are asleep in the back room. There are 3 of them. Claire, who is French and has not spoken in weeks. Dorothy, who is Scottish and prays constantly. And Evelyn, who is from Manchester and cries in her sleep. The doctor is drunk on stolen cognac in the storage room. His name is Dr. Pemberton. He is 56 years old. He has lost his mind. Not all at once. Slowly, piece by piece, like a building collapsing floor by floor. He operates with shaking hands. He screams at patients. He weeps over amputations. Margaret does not judge him. She understands. They are all losing their minds. It is only a matter of time. She takes a candle from the desk. The wick is short. The wax is almost gone. She lights it with a match that hisses and flares. The flame is small. It barely pushes back the darkness. She walks toward the cellar door. It is at the far end of the corridor, past the supply closet, past the room where they keep the bodies before burial. The door is cracked open. There is blood on the floor. Fresh, dark, still warm. She can see it gleaming in the candlelight. Her breath catches. She pushes the door wider. The hinges groan. The stairs descend into blackness. She raises a candle. The light does not reach the bottom. She takes the first step. The wood creaks under her weight. She takes another step. And another. The air is colder here. It smells of damp earth and rot. At the bottom, slumped against a wooden crate, is a man. His uniform is Feldgrau, German, the color of smoke and ashes. His tunic is torn. His trousers are soaked with blood. His leg is destroyed. Not wounded, destroyed. The flesh is torn open from the knee to the ankle. She can see bone, white and sharp. She can see muscle, red and glistening. His face is pale. His lips are blue. His eyes are open. They are blue, too, the color of winter sky. He looks up at her. He does not speak. He does not move. He is terrified. She can see it in his eyes. He thinks she will kill him, or call for help, or scream. She does none of those things. She stands there, frozen. The candle trembles in her hand. Wax drips onto her fingers. She does not feel it. For 10 seconds, they stare at each other. A British nurse and a German soldier. In a cellar. In the middle of the war. Then she closes the door behind her. She walks down the stairs. She sets the candle on the floor. She kneels beside him. He flinches. She does not react. She reaches for his leg. He tries to pull away. She grabs his ankle. Her grip is firm. She examines the wound. It is bad. Worse than bad. The bone is fractured. The artery is intact, but the tissue is shredded. Shrapnel. Maybe a grenade. Maybe a mine. It does not matter. He will die without help. He will die with help too. Probably, but she cannot leave him. She does not know why. She just cannot. She stands. She goes back upstairs. She moves quickly. Quietly. She goes to the supply closet. She takes bandages. She takes iodine. She takes a bottle of whiskey from Dr. Pemberton's coat pocket. He will not notice. He never does. She goes back downstairs. The man has not moved. He watches her with those blue eyes. She kneels again. She opens a whiskey. She pours it over the wound. He bites down on his fist. His body goes rigid. He does not scream. She does not know how he does not scream. She works quickly. She cleans the wound as best she can. She wraps it with strips torn from a bedsheet. She ties the bandage tight. Too tight. It will hurt, but it will stop the bleeding. When she is done, her hands are covered in his blood. She wipes them on her apron. She stands. She looks down at him. He looks up at her. He opens his mouth. He tries to speak. His voice is a rasp, a whisper. He says thank you, in English, broken, halting, but clear. She does not respond. She picks up the candle. She leaves him a canteen of water and half a loaf of bread. Then she locks the cellar door from the outside. She goes back upstairs. She washes her hands in a basin of cold water. The water turns pink, then red. She does not sleep. In the morning, she tells no one. She goes about her work. She changes bandages. She administers morphine. She holds hands. She listens to last words. She writes letters to mothers and wives and sweethearts. At noon, Dr. Pemberton asks her if she has seen his whiskey. She says no. He curses and stumbles away. At 1,400 hours, she goes back to the cellar. She unlocks the door. She goes down. The man is awake. He is sitting up. His back is against the crate. His leg is stretched out in front of him. The bandage is soaked through. She kneels. She unwraps it. She cleans the wound again. She rewraps it with fresh strips. He watches her. He does not speak. Neither does she. When she is done, she leaves him another piece of bread and a tin of meat, stolen from the British rations. If anyone finds out, she will be court-martialed. She does not care. She locks the door. She goes back upstairs. This becomes a routine. Every day, sometimes twice a day, she brings him food. She changes his bandages. She does not speak. He does not speak, but he watches her, and she knows he is thinking the same thing she is. Why are you doing this? She does not have an answer. Or maybe she does. Maybe it is because she is tired of death. Maybe it is because his eyes remind her of her younger brother, Thomas, who died at Dunkirk. Thomas had blue eyes too. Thomas was 21 when he died. She was there when the telegram came. She watched her mother collapse. She watched her father age 10 years in 10 seconds. She has carried that weight ever since. And now, in this cellar, with this boy, she feels like she is carrying Thomas, like she is saving him. Even though she knows it is not the same, even though she knows it is insane, she cannot stop. On the 9th day, he speaks. His voice is quiet. Horst. He tells her his name. Heinrich Müller. He tells her he is 24 years old. He tells her his mother's name is Anneliese. He tells her he has a sister named Greta. She is 16. She plays the violin. He tells her he was conscripted in 1942. He tells her he did not want to fight. He tells her he does not believe in the war. He tells her he is from Munich. He tells her he studied medicine before the war. He wanted to be a doctor. He tells her all of this in broken English. The words come slowly, painfully, like he is pulling them from somewhere deep inside. She does not respond. She cannot. To respond is to acknowledge him as human. To acknowledge him as human is to make this harder. But she listens, and that is enough. On the 13th day, she brings him a photograph. It is creased and faded. The edges are worn. It shows a young woman in a summer dress standing beside a river. The sun is shining. The trees are green. The woman is smiling. Her brother took the picture. It was 1936. Before the war. Before the blood. Before the cold. The woman is Margaret. She was 24 then. The same age Heinrich is now. She hands him the photograph. He takes it carefully, like it is made of glass. He looks at it for a long time. Then he hands it back. He says thank you, not for the photograph, for everything. She does not cry, but her throat tightens. Her chest aches. She leaves quickly. She goes upstairs. She locks herself in the storage room. She stands there in the dark. She breathes. Outside, the bombing is closer now. The Allies are pushing east. Liberation is coming, and with it, judgment. On the 15th day, she brings him soap and a razor and a small mirror. He stares at them like they are treasures. He washes his face in the basin she brings. He shaves. His hands shake. He cuts himself twice. Small nicks on his jaw. She watches from the stairs. When he is done, he looks younger, more like a boy, less like a soldier. He thanks her again. She nods. She takes the basin. She goes back upstairs. That night, she dreams of Thomas. He is standing in a field. The grass is tall. The sky is blue. He is wearing his uniform. He is smiling. He says it is okay. He says she is doing the right thing. She wakes up. Her face is wet. She does not know if the dream is real. She does not know if it matters. On the 18th day, the first Allied trucks arrive. American, loud, confident. The village erupts in chaos. People pour into the streets. Flags appear from nowhere. Tricolors, Union Jacks, stars and stripes. Wine is opened. Bread is shared. The hospital fills with new wounded. American boys, young, cocky, bleeding. Margaret works without stopping. Her hands are numb. Her mind is elsewhere, in the cellar. She has not been down in 2 days. There's been no time, no opportunity. The Americans are everywhere. They ask questions. They search buildings. They look for collaborators. 4 Germans. 4 traitors. She is terrified. That night, she waits until the others are asleep. She takes the key. She goes down. The cellar is empty. The crate is moved. The window at the back, small, high, almost forgotten, is open. Snow is blown in. There are footprints in the dust. Leading out, she stares at the window for a long time. Then she locks the door. She goes back upstairs. She burns the key in the stove. She never speaks of it. Not to the other nurses. Not to Dr. Pemberton. Not to the soldiers who come asking questions about missing Germans in the area. She buries it, deep, where no one can find it. The years pass. The war ends. Margaret returns to England. She tries to forget. She gets a job at a hospital in London. She meets a man named Robert. He is kind. He is patient. He does not ask about the war. They marry in 1947. They have 2 children, a son named Thomas, a daughter named Claire. Robert works for the railway. Margaret works part-time at a clinic. They buy a small house in South London. It has a garden. Margaret plants roses. Red ones. She watches them bloom every summer. She tries to be happy. And she is. Mostly. But there are nights when she cannot sleep. Nights when she sees blue eyes in the dark. Nights when she hears the sound of breathing in the cellar. Nights when she wonders if he made it, if he survived, if he went home. She never tells Robert. She never tells anyone. It is her secret, her burden, her ghost. Robert dies in 1979. A heart attack. Quick. Painless. She holds his hand in the hospital. She tells him she loves him. He dies smiling. She buries him next to her parents. She visits every Sunday. She brings flowers. She talks to him. She tells him about the children, about the grandchildren. She does not tell him about the cellar. She cannot. Even now, even after all these years, the children grow up. They move away. Thomas becomes a teacher. Claire becomes a nurse. They visit on Sundays. They bring the grandchildren. Margaret bakes biscuits. She tells stories. She laughs. But there's always a part of her that is somewhere else. In a cellar. In the snow. With a boy who should have died. 50 years pass. Margaret is 82 now. She lives alone in the small house in South London. Her knees ache. Her hands shake. She cannot garden anymore. The roses have overgrown. They are wild now. Thorny. Beautiful. She sits by the window most days. She watches the street. She drinks tea. She reads the newspaper. She does not think about the war. Or she tries not to. But it is always there. In the corner of her mind. Waiting. One morning in November 1994, the postman brings a letter. The envelope is thin. The stamp is German. She stares at it for a long time. Her hands tremble as she opens it. The handwriting is shaking. Old, but unmistakable. It begins, "Dear Nurse Caldwell, I do not know if you will remember me. I am the boy you saved in the cellar. My name is Heinrich Muller. I am 74 years old now. I have a wife. Her name is Ingrid. We have been married for 48 years. We have 3 children, Klaus, Anna, and Thomas. I named him after my friend who died beside me the night I was wounded. We have 7 grandchildren. I have lived a full life, and I owe it all to you. I have thought about writing this letter for 50 years. I have been afraid you would not want to hear from me, afraid you would hate me, afraid you would think I was a coward for surviving. But I am dying now. Cancer. The doctors say I have months, maybe less, and I cannot die without telling you this. You did not have to save me. You risked everything. You could have let me bleed. You could have turned me in. You could have shot me yourself. But you did not. You gave me water. You gave me bread. You gave me life. I do not know why you did it. I have spent 50 years trying to understand. But I think I know now. I think you saw me, not as a German, not as a soldier, not as the enemy, but as a person, as a boy, as someone's son. And that was enough. You gave me a chance. And I have spent 50 years trying to be worthy of it. I became a teacher. I taught history. I taught my students about the war, about the choices we make, about the courage it takes to see the enemy as human. I told them about you. I did not use your name, but I told them there was a nurse, a British nurse, who saved a German soldier, who risked her life, who asked for nothing in return. I told them that is what bravery looks like. Not the men with guns, not the men with medals, but the people who choose mercy when the world demands cruelty. I hope, wherever you are, that you can forgive me. Forgive me for the uniform I wore. Forgive me for the things my country did. Forgive me for the pain we caused. Forgive me for surviving when so many did not. I do not expect a reply. I do not deserve one. But I wanted you to know you saved my life. And in doing so, you saved all the lives that came from it. My children, my grandchildren, all of them exist because of you, because of your kindness, because of your courage. Thank you. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for giving me a chance to live, to love, to be a father, a grandfather, a man, I will die knowing I was seen, knowing I mattered, knowing I was saved, and I will die grateful, forever grateful. Heinrich. Margaret sits in her chair by the window. The letter is in her lap. The paper is thin. The ink is faint. Her hands are shaking. She reads it again, and again, and again. The words blur. Her eyes are wet. She thinks about the cellar, the candle, the boy with blue eyes. She thinks about the bandages, the bread, the whiskey. She thinks about the footprints in the dust, the window left open. She thinks about the 50 years she has carried the secret, the weight of it, the fear of it, the shame of it, and now the relief. She thinks about Thomas, her brother, the boy who died at Dunkirk. She thinks about the dream, the field, the grass, the sky. She thinks about what he said. It is okay. You did the right thing. She folds the letter carefully. She places it in a drawer beside her bed. She does not write back. She cannot. The words would not come. But she does not need to, because now she knows. It was worth it. The risk, the fear, the silence. It was worth it. She saved a life, and that life became other lives. And those lives became more lives. And somewhere in Munich, there are children and grandchildren who exist because she chose mercy, because she chose to see a boy instead of an enemy, because she chose humanity over hate. She closes her eyes. The tears come freely now, not tears of sadness, tears of release, of letting go, of peace. That night, for the first time in 50 years, she sleeps without the weight of that cellar pressing on her chest. She dreams of Thomas again. He is standing in the field. The grass is tall. The sky is blue. But this time he is not alone. There is another boy beside him, a boy with blue eyes. They are smiling. They are at peace. And so is she. The snow falls outside. Soft, quiet. The city sleeps. And somewhere in Munich, an old man named Heinrich Muller dies peacefully in his bed. His wife is beside him. His children are in the room. His grandchildren are waiting outside. He holds a photograph in his hand. It is creased and faded. It shows a young woman in a summer dress standing beside a river. He does not know her name. He never did, but he knows her face. He has carried it with him for 50 years. In his wallet, in his heart, in his soul. He closes his eyes. He thinks of the cellar, the candle, the nurse who saved his life. He thinks of the bread, the water, the bandages. He thinks of the window, the snow, the freedom, and he smiles because he knows. He was seen. He was saved. He mattered, and that is enough. The photograph slips from his hand. It falls to the floor. His wife picks it up. She looks at it. She does not know who the woman is. She has never asked. Heinrich never told her, but she knows it is important. She knows it is sacred. She places it on his chest. She folds his hands over it. She kisses his forehead, and she lets him go. The nurses come. They cover him with a sheet. They take him away, but the photograph stays. His daughter finds it later. She looks at it. She wonders who the woman is. She keeps it. She takes it home. She puts it in a frame. She hangs it on her wall. And one day, years later, her son asks about it. She tells him the story her father told her, about a nurse, a British nurse, who saved his life, who risked everything, who asked for nothing. The boy listens. He is 12 years old. He has his grandfather's eyes, blue, like winter sky. He asks if the nurse is still alive. His mother says she does not know, but she hopes so. The boy nods. He looks at the photograph. He thinks about the nurse, about the courage it took, about the choice she made. And he decides something. He decides that when he grows up, he will be like her. He will choose mercy. He will choose kindness. He will see people, not enemies, not strangers, but people. And the story continues, passed down, generation to generation, a photograph, a memory, a lesson about the power of one choice, one moment, one act of courage, and how it echoes forever Margaret dies 3 months later. It is February 1995. She is 83 years old. She dies in her sleep, peacefully. Her daughter, Claire, finds her in the morning. She is in her chair by the window. The letter from Heinrich is on her lap. Claire reads it. She cries. She never knew. Her mother never told her. But now she understands. She understands the nightmares, the silences, the sadness that sometimes clouded her mother's eyes. She understands the roses, the red ones, the ones her mother planted every year, the ones that grew wild and thorny and beautiful. She understands now. They were not just roses. They were a memorial, a prayer, a hope. Claire keeps the letter. She puts it with her mother's things, the photographs, the medals, the old uniforms. And one day, years later, she shows it to her own daughter. And the story is told again and again, and it never ends, because some stories are too important to die. Some choices are too powerful to forget. Some acts of courage echo forever. And in a small house in South London, in a drawer beside a bed, there's a letter, written in shaking handwriting, from Munich. And it says, "Thank you." And it says, "You saved my life." And it says, "You mattered." And it is enough.